All right, we have updates when it comes to who the Detroit Lions are meeting with when it comes to the 2025 NFL Draft because edge is a position of need, and there are a ton of defensive linemen in this draft, notably Mike Green, obviously the Abdul Carters of the world, but realistically, players that'll be there at 28 or in range for the Lions to trade up potentially. And I have some names today I'm going to give you guys that have spoken to the Detroit Lions already. And I'm sure they're going to do their due diligence. I'm sure there's going to be a lot more names that I miss in this video that come out later on who they're going to meet with. But this is awesome. And it's huge because you remember the Sam Laporta clip they showed of them talking to him during the draft process and how they were so impressed with him and they ended up drafting him. Like getting to meet a player in person, especially when they seek out that said player, is significant. For all great draft coverage, subscribe so you never miss a thing. Turn on the notification bell so you never miss a thing because we will be covering the 2025 NFL Draft and we'll be in Indy Thursday to Sunday to watch the Combine. So let's get into it. I have two names today that have already been reported that have met with the Lions that hold a lot of weight, I guess, in terms of popularity amongst Lions fans. And the first one is a player that I had this Monday, the Detroit Lions trading up to get 12 picks, trading up 12 picks to draft, and that is Mike Green, the edge out of Marshall, who they have met with. And this is per our good friend, John Macaroon. He put this out, and I'm sure there's a ton of other media there that also confirmed it, but we're going to use Doc's reporting on this. But yes, Mike Green has met with the Detroit Lions, and he's probably going to be, at the very worst, a top 20 pick. I mean, I've seen mocks where he goes top 10. So he's going to be in that range to where if the Lions want to trade up in the teens, they're going to be able to potentially get a Mike Green. And I love Mike Green. I mean, I've talked about him on the show, and he's somebody that I think, I mean, what he's done at Marshall, I get it's Marshall, but still, Khalil Mack came out of Buffalo. So let's relax a little bit here. It's not, you don't always need guys from big time schools, but you look at players like Mike Green, how did he perform against better competition? And he did that against Ohio State and was very productive. 20% pass rush win rate, 17 sacks, 32 hurries. I mean, I don't know how much you really need to add on Mike Green. He also did respond to the rumor circulating that something happened at Virginia Tech, which forced him to transfer. Like there were some character rumors or things that happened behind the scenes. And he did speak about that, which, I did want to show you guys here, so we can kind of get an update. I think Jeremy posted about it. So I'm going to show you guys Jeremy's tweet, and then we can kind of get into the rumors itself. But he addressed it. So here, let me put this on screen for you guys so we can kind of break this down. But and we'll read it together. But yeah, Jeremy reported on it. And it says here, Marshall edge Mike Green on his departure from Virginia. Sorry, Virginia, not Virginia Tech. I did nothing wrong, and I was not charged with anything. Says rumors online are from people that don't know the situation. He also said he's never been investigated for SA. He was suspended from Virginia, which is why he entered the transfer portal. Did not go into details why he was suspended. Mike Green also said he met with the Lions. So now that we got he met with the Lions. Awesome. Here's the other side of it. This, I don't know what to make of it because I don't know the situation at hand. But what I do know is the Detroit Lions organization, and I do know they value this type of stuff. Remember the Jalen Carter thing came out, even though Jalen Carter's an incredible player, and he's who I wanted the Lions to draft. The character concerns, and they didn't like his past, and they didn't like the things that were coming out, especially what happened right before the draft. And a part of me does wonder if this will affect Mike Green to the Detroit Lions. Like, even if they're, again, innocent until proven guilty, I don't know the situation. But the Lions will have more data on that, and they can judge things when they actually speak to him. I don't know the significance of this. I mean, it could hurt his draft stock. I really don't know. And I've seen comments, and shout out to you guys, because people have commented on videos and said, like, oh, check out the Mike Green situation. And I really didn't know any of it. So do I think this is significant? I think it can be. Even though I do like Mike Green, the player, the character, the Lions, it might drive the Lions away from trading up for him, but there's no doubt he's a great player. And if they take him, there's no doubt I will be excited and I will love it. But again, it's not who I will take. It's who I think the Lions will take. And I think stuff like this plays into it. It really does. Now, the next player, and comment down below what you think of that, by the way. Next player we have here is a player that we've talked about here on the show, a player that me, Booner, Lukas are all huge, massive fans of, especially Lukas, considering, he's an Ohio State fan. But as Jack Sawyer, he's met with the Lions. And again, there will be a ton of players that meet with the Lions, but I'm just going through some of the notable names, at least recently this morning, because it's coming out pretty early. But Jack Sawyer's a big name. And he is someone that I am very, very intrigued by. He's one of my favorite edges in the draft. And I know people right away are going to be like, oh, he's not a first-round pick, all this stuff. Guys, think about what people are saying about Jack Sawyer, right? High floor, low ceiling. When you really think of it, people get so obsessed with ceilings. But when I see a player that has a high floor, and I've seen a player that was very productive in college, productive on the biggest stage, productive in the playoffs, productive in big games. I mean, I'm in a high motor guy. I see Jack Sawyer. I don't care about a high floor, low ceiling. I care about production. I care about a good player. And if I'm a GM in the back of the first round, I'm absolutely taking Jack Sawyer. I mean, why wouldn't the ceiling might not be as high. And I'm not saying he's this player. Don't quote, I'm not saying he's this player, but it was the same things I was saying about Aiden. And people were like, well, Trevon Walker, Kayvon Thibodeau, high ceiling guys. I don't care. Give me a guy who may not have the highest ceiling, even though Aiden's a defensive player of the year candidate, but can come in right away, produce, and be very good for you. And when you look at the traits that Jack Sawyer possesses, it's things that I love, but I think the Lions will absolutely love. Like, guys, you're picking at 28. It's a first-round pick. It's still a premium pick, but you're not going to get an Abdul Carter-esque player. These guys are all going to be gone top 10. All these really good players. It's not the strongest draft overall, but when you're picking at 28, you're going to get the Nick Scortons of the world, which I actually do like Nick Scorton. But like Jack Campbell, you cannot argue with me that Jack Sawyer is just this crazy, ridiculous idea that he can be selected at 28. Jack Sawyer would be a great pick, and I'd be happy with it. And I think the Lions are going to fall in love with this dude. And I bet they already have the minute they talk to him. And I think if he tests very well this week, you can see Jack Sawyer almost cement himself in the first round. I really do believe that. I do. And his teammate, JT, who's very good, JTT. If you guys don't know who that is, watch his film. But he hasn't met with the Lions yet, JTT. But Jack Sawyer has. So it's something just to keep in mind. But what do you guys make of the Mike Green situation, him meeting with the Lions, and Jack Sawyer meeting with the Lions? I love both of these prospects. I do. And I think it's clear all Lions fans should want the Lions to draft an edge. I think everyone's on the same page. And I expect it to be a multitude of names, including both of these guys right here. So we'll see what happens. I'm excited for it. And we'll be in Indy this week. We'll be covering the Combine. So please follow us on all social media platforms. It's above me. And subscribe to the YouTube, because we'll be live at the Combine. We'll be coming out with Combine content, draft content, just like we always do. I really do believe we have one of the best draft coverage places in the state. It's amazing. We're on top of it all, and we love the draft. So if you guys do as well, hit the subscribe button. We'll be live tonight, 8 to 10 p.m. But until then, I will catch you all. Peace. Hey, what's going on there? It's Jeff Iafrate. Appreciate you for finishing the video. You can check out one of the videos here suggested, or show support by commenting, liking, and subscribing. And buy your merchandise, officialctsports.com.